Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, mysterious forest. There's a deep, unshakable sense of emptiness pressing on your soul. This isn't a fleeting feeling, but an existential void that has lingered for a long time, casting doubt on your life. This emptiness is something many people experience. It feels as though you're going through the motions of life, but never fully engaged or fulfilled. You may feel as though you're wearing a mask or playing a role that doesn't truly reflect who you are. Carl Jung, one of the most influential psychologists, understood this sensation deeply. He recognized that this void isn't a flaw or something inherently wrong with you. Instead, it's a signal, an invitation to embark on a journey of self-discovery and reconnect with your true essence. Jung's work sheds light on why we feel this emptiness and how we can begin to understand and overcome it. The sensation of being lost stems from a fundamental disconnect between our true selves and the identities we construct. From an early age, society, culture, and family shape us. We learn what is acceptable, what is praised, and what is rejected. Over time, we build an identity based on external validation, one that may not truly reflect who we are on the inside. Jung called this outward-facing identity the persona. It is the mask we wear in the world to gain approval, avoid rejection, and navigate societal expectations. However, the more we invest in this mask, the more we distance ourselves from our authentic self. When the gap between our persona and our true self becomes too wide, we begin to feel the emptiness. This gap is often at the core of the restlessness we experience. The more we cling to the mask, the more disconnected we become from our true identity. According to Jung, we have lost touch with what he called the shadow self. The shadow consists of all the parts of us that we've rejected, suppressed, or denied. Traits, emotions, and desires that we were taught to view as unacceptable or shameful. These aspects don't disappear. They remain buried in our unconscious minds, exerting influence over our lives in ways we don't fully understand. Jung argued that these hidden aspects of ourselves are not inherently bad or harmful, but that they are often misunderstood. The more we try to repress them, the stronger their influence becomes. The feeling of emptiness is a result of this suppression. It is not a lack, but an absence of integration. These repressed parts of ourselves are waiting to be acknowledged, understood, and integrated into our consciousness. The unconscious mind plays a crucial role in this process. Jung compared the mind to an iceberg. The conscious mind, the part we are aware of, is like the tip of the iceberg above the surface. Beneath the surface lies the vast unconscious mind, which houses everything we have repressed, forgotten, or failed to integrate. The unconscious mind doesn't simply store memories and experiences. It actively shapes our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, often without our awareness. Within the unconscious, Jung distinguished between the personal unconscious and the collective unconscious. The personal unconscious is unique to each individual. It contains all the repressed memories, emotions, and unresolved conflicts that we have not fully processed. These unresolved issues continue to influence our behavior and perceptions, often in ways we do not recognize. The collective unconscious, on the other hand, is shared by all humanity. It contains archetypes, universal symbols, and patterns that appear across cultures and throughout history. These archetypes represent fundamental aspects of the human experience, such as the hero, the wise old man, the mother, and the trickster. They shape our dreams, myths, and stories, and their presence in the unconscious reveals the universal struggles and desires that connect us all. To truly understand the sense of emptiness we feel, we must turn inward and begin to explore both the personal and collective unconscious. Jung believed that the key to overcoming this void lies in confronting the parts of ourselves we have repressed and integrating them into our consciousness. This process is known as individuation, the journey toward becoming whole. Individuation is not an easy path. It requires facing the shadow, the parts of ourselves we have hidden or denied. This can be an uncomfortable and even painful process. However, it is also a necessary one. Without facing these parts of ourselves, we remain incomplete, trapped in the roles and masks we have created to fit into the world around us. The emptiness we feel is often the result of this disconnection, the failure to integrate the full spectrum of our identity. Through individuation, we begin to reconcile the aspects of ourselves that we have ignored or rejected. As we bring these aspects into our awareness, we gain a deeper understanding of who we are and what we truly desire. We no longer need to rely on external validation or societal expectations to define our worth. Instead, we can begin to live in alignment with our true selves. Jung's concept of the shadow is not about eradicating these hidden parts of ourselves. It's about accepting them and learning from them. Embracing the shadow allows us to reclaim the aspects of our personality that have been buried, bringing them into the light where they can be understood and integrated. This process leads to greater self-acceptance and a sense of wholeness. The journey of individuation requires courage and self-reflection. It is a process of shedding the false identities and roles we have been taught to play and discovering the truth of who we are beneath the surface. As we embark on this journey, we may find that the emptiness we once feared is not something to escape from, but something to embrace. It is the space in which we can grow, evolve, and transform. The unconscious mind, with its vast reservoir of wisdom, holds the key to this transformation. It is not merely a storehouse of forgotten memories and repressed emotions. It is a source of creativity, intuition, and potential. The void we feel is not an absence, but an opening, a place where we can reconnect with our true selves and begin to live in harmony with our deeper desires and aspirations. As we progress on the path of individuation, we begin to recognize that the emptiness is not something that needs to be filled with external distractions or achievements. Rather, it is a call to become whole, to integrate the parts of ourselves we have long ignored or rejected. By embracing the shadow and acknowledging the unconscious forces that shape our lives, we begin to heal the rift between who we are and who we appear to be. In this way, the journey towards self-discovery is not about finding something outside of ourselves, but about uncovering the truth that lies within. It is through this inner exploration and integration that we can finally experience the fulfillment we seek. The emptiness we feel is not a sign of something missing. It is a sign of something waiting to be discovered. And when we embrace it, find that we are not lost after all, but on the threshold of a profound transformation. By shedding the illusions and false identities we've clung to, we step into a deeper understanding of ourselves, where we are free to create a life of authenticity, purpose, and inner peace. In this space, we realize that fulfillment was never about external achievements, but about coming home to our true selves.